Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I am going to be doing a collective reading. So I'm going to start today by shuffling the Energy Oracle cards deck. And if you would like me to channel a specific message for you and your situation, be sure to like the video and also double check that you are subscribed to this channel. By liking and subscribing, these are forms of energetic transference, and this allows me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for your situation. The very first card to come out here is the Action card in the upright position, and also the Storm Warning card upright. I'm also seeing a bird, so this could be a form of symbolism for someone here listening. I feel that I'm picking up on a masculine energy here, someone who has been feeling a bit unbalanced because we have Magician and the Mirror in the reverse position, sitting on the solar plexus chakra. This person may also be getting strange solar plexus chakra sensations. If you are attached to this person in some kind of connection, and therefore there's a lot of energy transfer between the two of you, then you yourself listening might be feeling some of these sensations as well. I feel like this person may be anxious about something, trying to bring their life into balance. Whoever I'm speaking to here, it feels as though they are continuously trying to push themselves into some kind of action, but feeling like they're being met with chaos. Now, this also could apply to someone's inner masculine energy. So if you are a divine feminine listening, do keep in mind, we all do have a balance of these energy dynamics within each of us. We have an internal divine masculine and internal divine feminine. So the messages could apply to your internal world or to the external. And of course, as I always say, I do channel many different people, situations, and connections in these readings. So always be sure to only take what resonates. So here I have two cards from the Moonology deck. The end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. Okay, this is really interesting because this card is sitting on the root chakra, the seat of the conscious world, the conscious mind. And along with this card, we have the Action card and the Storm Warning card that came out earlier. All of these three cards are really sticking together here. And what this tells me is, for someone listening, it may feel as though you've been stuck in this loop of sorts. I'm hearing it might feel like a void or a dark night of the soul to someone listening. It may feel as though this has been going on for weeks, months, or for some listening, even years. This cycle feels like trying to move forward to get out of it through some kind of action, and then feeling met with chaos or confusion or uncertainty, and then kind of being pushed back into it, almost as though the person in this situation may feel as though the universe itself is preventing them from being able to move forward into action. I keep seeing someone stuck in mud or quicksand. The quicksand metaphor is really interesting because, as we know with quicksand, the more that you move around, the more that you sink into the sand, the more quickly you feel like you're sinking. And that's kind of the energy I'm getting for this person. For a while, you may have been stuck in a cycle where it felt like any action you took was counterproductive in some way. Now, of course, I'm not speaking to everyone here, and for some of you, I could be actually reading into a soul that you're deeply connected with who is feeling this way. Particularly for those of you who are twin flames, this could be something that your masculine counterpart is experiencing. That word quicksand is just really coming up here. Sand might be symbolic for someone in general. I'm also seeing the sands of time, like sands in an hourglass slipping away. And this person could be feeling that as well, concerned that those sands of time in their life are slipping away. I'm hearing they're being confronted with the illusion of time, with our collective matrix paradigm of time, which is why this person is going through an ego death. And again, this could be you. It could be that your timing of your life has felt sabotaged. You felt as though you've tried to create or construct these timelines for when and how you wanted certain things to come together in your life. And maybe you tried to take action to push those timelines into place, but you felt like something was pushing you back into the confusion, into the chaos, into the sands of that quicksand that we're kind of talking about here. But I do see that something has radically shifted, that whoever I'm speaking to here, things are going to become a lot more clear and grounded for you. In fact, someone I'm speaking to here may already be feeling this energy. If not, this is something you may be feeling very soon. I'm seeing like sunshine and rainbows after a storm, clarity after a period of confusion. During this time where, by the way, you felt as though you've kind of been in this endlessly spiraling energy or not really been able to get out of something, know that this has been a powerful time of activation, and that when it is time, or rather when it is in divine alignment for you to make some kind of change, adjustment, or movement in your life, the path will become clear. I'm getting that very strongly for this person as well. With the card Step Out of Your Comfort Zone in the reverse, I feel a divine masculine here is being pushed out of their comfort zone, so to speak, when it comes to a divine feminine counterpart, a divine feminine in their life. This divine feminine is someone who is very much in their power, remaining connected to their intuition, someone who is represented by this Angel of Balance card, someone who is feeling very self-honoring, self-respecting, and again, at the same time, staying highly connected to their own intuition. I'm hearing making peace with the chaos, making peace with the storms. For some of you in a twin flame or counterpart situation, you may both be mirroring that energy of going through some kind of storm, feeling stuck in something, feeling like you're in some type of a cycle, but I'm hearing that you're mirroring this in different ways. For one of you in this connection, the storm may be more internal, so you might be struggling more within yourself, in your inner secret world, and not really showing that struggle as much. Whereas for the other, this storm, so to speak, may be much more visible in the external world. We have the Walking Away card in the upright position. I feel a divine feminine here saying, I'm no longer afraid to be alone. I'm no longer afraid to stand on my own. And in fact, you might find, divine feminine, that certain circumstances of your life have pushed you into situations where you feel like you've forcibly been alone or been in an isolation. For those of you I'm speaking to here who have felt as though you've been alone or in some type of isolation in the past, this actually feels like it is you breaking some kind of family karmic cycle. I don't know who I'm speaking to here, but for whoever this is, you may come from a line of women or feminine energies who never really felt like they had a chance to establish themselves independently in the world, to really come into a deep understanding of who they are as an individual, because they were always so entrenched and entangled with other masculine energies or other people, but specifically I'm seeing masculines in their life. So you, divine feminine, may have incarnated here in part. Of course, we have many purposes that we take on when we incarnate as a soul. But I see one of these purposes being to balance the karmic scales, to clear something karmically in your family's line, specifically, again, your maternal line, around independence, around standing on your own, really establishing yourself in the world, coming into a deep self-awareness. You may be someone who has felt as though you've been on a path of introspection, spending a lot of time in your mind, in your own energy, in your head, and wondering why you've always been someone who has this depth of self-awareness that at times might feel like a curse. This might at times feel like a thorn in your side, in the sense that you can tend to also be an overthinker, be one who is so introspective and so self-aware that this could slip into feelings of anxiety or worry. But your spirit guides are really adamant that part of the reason you took on this path, first of all, they're adamant that everything in your life that feels like it doesn't make sense to your physical human self holds a higher spiritual purpose. And in this case, it feels as though you have been intentionally isolated at times in this lifetime, more so than your ancestors would have been, because you knew as a soul that you were capable of handling that isolation, and that through those periods of isolation, there would be this kind of purification of your energy that would take place, that would allow you to tap back in more fully to your true core soul frequency, to then emanate that frequency in a powerful way and channel it into whatever you do, are, or whatever you exist as in this world. And that was a major part of your purpose here, because that frequency, that purified frequency, is so powerful. It's your home frequency. And when you emanate that, it actually has the effect of tuning other people's energy around you, just like when you're tuning an instrument and you will listen to a pure tone and then tune the strings of that instrument to match that pure tone. Others are naturally feeling themselves being retuned, feeling as though they're being recalibrated energetically or spiritually at these deep subconscious levels, simply by being around your pure, high vibrational presence. But it's not been an easy path for you to get to this point. It's a very challenging path as a soul, because in order to reach this heightened vibration, in order to purify your vibration in this way, there is the need for often intense periods of loneliness or confusion in the isolation from other people. But you knew that you were ready for the task. And I also see that if you've gone through this period of isolation, of really coming back to that authentic frequency, you may have felt really closed off, both in love and to the world, because we have the World card and Door to Romance both in the reverse position. But I'm seeing that there's like this light at the end of the tunnel kind of energy here. It feels like it's actually time for you, Divine Feminine, to share what you have come into, what you've learned with the world. And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean sharing literal thoughts vocally, although that could be the case for some of you. But for most of you, this means sharing this frequency that you've come into back out with the world. Many of you may have been feeling the pull recently to do something out in the world, to be out more, whether that's traveling, whether that's, I see someone like in a coffee shop for some reason, or walking around a town, whether that's seeing people that you don't normally see, or even connecting with new people. If you've been feeling this desire to rejoin the world after a period of isolation, know that this could be because on a divine level, you've been going through this purification process and developing this very powerful energy, this powerful frequency around yourself that is meant to have this retuning, recalibrating effects on other people, which, by the way, that effect does occur even if you aren't physically interacting or connecting with others, because we are all energetically connected in this giant web of collective consciousness. However, being physically around other people can amplify the effect of that so-called retuning, recalibrating. And that might be why some of you listening have felt the urge to connect with others, to again travel, to go places, to meet new people, or to interact with others in some type of way. And on the flip side of that equation, know that anytime you're not feeling that pull to rejoin the world, that's your intuition telling you, now is a time for purification. Now is a time to really clear my energy, to get back to that core of myself. And once that's been established, you'll naturally begin feeling the intuitive urge to connect and to reach out and interact more from that stable, established place within yourself. You might find that life has become a kind of dance where you're pulling back, withdrawing yourself for the purpose of clearing your energy, kind of purifying yourself vibrationally, and then emanating that frequency again, whether that's through creating, through then pushing your energy out to others, interacting with the world, etc. But both sides of that equation are necessary, both the rebalancing within yourself and then the exuding, the sharing. And you might feel like you're kind of flipping back and forth between these two dynamics very often. Okay, so in the extended version of the reading on Patreon, I will be channeling more messages from your higher self and your spirit guides about your current spiritual path, your life path at this time, Divine Feminine, because I do feel a very active spiritual presence and guidance around you. There may even be a particular spirit guide that's been working more directly with you for those of you who do connect with the idea of spirit guides. So for anyone who's resonating with that, I will be sharing more messages for you in the extended reading, which is in our beautiful soul tribe on Patreon. And I'll be leaving a link to that under the video in the pinned comment and description box. Okay, so what else is going on here? Okay, we have the Deceit card in the reverse position. So I'm strongly picking up a masculine here who has realized some kind of truth about themselves, their life, connections in their life that they feel like they can't look away from. There's something like they just keep rolling over in their mind, something they just keep thinking about here. I'm getting kind of this sense of spiraling thoughts here. We have self-esteem in the reverse position. Someone, a masculine here, has really taken a hit to their self-esteem. This could be because of some kind of intimate or close relationship or person around them. This also could be because of the divine feminine around them who may have pulled back her energy. I feel like this person has taken some kind of hit to their confidence and that it's been related to some kind of relationship here. Now, we do have discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. I really strongly get a sense of resolve, like something is shifting, particularly in the solar plexus of this masculine energy. Like they're gearing up to do something, gearing up to take some kind of action, to make some kind of plan. I'm hearing wanting to get organized, whether that's in their life, wanting to lay everything out on the table, possibly with you, Divine Feminine, if this is applying in an external sense with a specific person. If this is applying internally to your inner Divine Masculine, then you might be finding that you yourself have been wanting to get organized around some kind of plan, dream, or goal. You might be wanting to create more structure in your life. And this represents that balancing of your inner Divine Masculine energy. The masculine I'm speaking to here has felt really chaotic for a while now. And I feel this is something that they want to communicate, but it's almost like they can't really find the words. They just feel the emotions. I feel that if this is an external situation, this masculine wants to communicate to you, Divine Feminine, that they've been feeling really ungrounded, feeling like their life has been very chaotic, but they're now beginning to realize that this has been because of some kind of choice that they've made, some kind of habit they've been in, or potentially even someone in their life who's been really disruptive that maybe they've turned a blind eye to in the past. Again, this won't apply literally to everyone, but for some masculines here, they might be feeling as though there's something or someone in their life that they've been allowing to remain in their life, but that has been very chaotic for them or very draining for them. And I feel their soul, their higher self here saying, I am now realizing consciously that anything I keep in my life that is out of alignment with my higher soul's path and purpose is going to cause me chaos and disruption because I'm going against myself. I'm going against my true inner self, my soul's blueprint. I might create more videos on this in the future, but when we are going against our true soul's blueprint, we can know it because we'll often feel as though things in our life are getting very chaotic whenever we try to take an action in that direction before the alignment is there, or in this case, when we don't have the deeper soul intentions to move in that direction. We might feel as though there's this kind of chaotic energy, like we're being sabotaged. It's interesting because this theme actually came up at the beginning of the reading as well. And I'm getting that in some cases. Wow, okay, there's like another mirrored energy here. So this very well could be a twin flame situation because every time I read into one polarity, whether it's the masculine or the feminine, I see this mirroring to the opposite polarity. And in this case, what I'm getting is for you, Divine Feminine, some Divine Feminines listening may have experienced this chaos in their life when they tried to, or may try to take action before the alignment is there, when they try to push themselves to do something, to choose something, to get out of the anxiety or the fear or the uncertainty. But it may have felt as though those actions or decisions they would try to make to get out of the negatives would cause even more chaos. So it would push them back into this place that their human self would label as stuck. And I feel that for any Divine Feminines resonating with that, this is because unconsciously, through trying to take action too soon, to make these decisions too soon, to take these actions too soon, you may have been acting against your own soul's blueprint because you were trying to push something into place before the energetic alignment had been established. Now, this energy is very much mirrored because the masculines may have tried to turn a blind eye to some kind of karmic behavior, situation, pattern in their life. And in that sense, we're allowing this disalignment with their soul's blueprint to remain in their life. And they themselves could have also experienced the resultant chaos from that, because in either case, whether it's taking action too soon before the divine alignment is there, or whether it is allowing oneself to remain in these karmic cycles, patterns, and behaviors that must be released. In either case, there is an acting against of one's true soul alignment. And in doing so, there is this symptomatic, chaotic energy that would erupt from the situation. And that's what I'm really strongly getting here. What else is this masculine feeling? I feel a Divine Feminine saying here, I don't care about your status, your material things, your successes. I care about the peace and the harmony and the balance that you bring into my life. So for some Divine Feminines, this might just apply generally to people that you bring into your life, either platonically or romantically. You see far beyond the physical. You don't give much mind. You don't pay much mind to someone's labels, someone's status, someone's social or corporate position. how much money someone has. None of that matters to you. What you really care about is, does this person add to my peace? That's really what you're learning to prioritize, because really what you're realizing at this deeper level is that your energy is your currency, is your value in this world, and that your energy is worth protecting and positively cultivating at all costs. I feel that to some divine masculines, this is almost... It's a new dynamic for them. Many of them are used to connecting with more so karmic feminine energies that are more unconscious, more 3D focused, more materially focused. And in fact, some of them have even been in entire relationships where the relationship itself was one of necessity, one that was built on status, how they were perceived by others, one that was necessary for financial reasons. And they're realizing that you, divine feminine, can't be bought. You are not someone who can be impressed by those types of things. And this is something that is mysterious and new to them, but also extremely attractive at this deeper level. And I feel that a masculine coming through here wants to communicate that, how magnetic that is about you, divine feminine. I hear them saying, my heart is tied up and stuck on you, with all tied up and the heart chakra in the upright position. Why is this person's heart tied up? Angel of Strength reversed. So someone here feeling weak, feeling like they don't have the confidence to do or say something. What else can I channel from this person or situation? I keep seeing something about someone's eyes. So this masculine may be particularly really mesmerized by your eyes, divine feminine. If you haven't seen each other in a while, this person may be really wanting to look into your eyes. I'm also seeing something about long hair that could apply to someone listening. We have anxiety in the reverse position. I keep hearing bring me peace. Like there's a divine feminine like sitting here in her peace era, in her era of thriving, because she's prioritizing her energy, prioritizing her peace above all else, only allowing into her life what adds to that peace and what allows her to cultivate that positive energy within herself. And I hear her higher self essentially saying to the masculine, if you enter my life, you need to be stable and grounded within yourself. You need to be adding to my peace. We need to add to each other's peace in order to cultivate this stable foundation with each other. Now, this divine feminine could apply generally to the relationships in general that you are allowing into your life. I'm hearing that for some divine feminines, you may interact with many others at the kind of acquaintance level, or even just strangers that you meet or pass on the street. You might go out and interact with others dominantly in this way, but you are highly selective about who you really allow into that deeper inner circle. And this masculine at the subconscious level is very much aware of that. So if there is someone, divine feminine, who feels as though they're blocked out of your life, or you might feel like they're blocked out of your life, or that they're not entering your life, but there is this high level soul connection here that you can sense. This could be because this person's higher self is very much aware that before they are allowed to enter your conscious physical reality, they need to get their own life, their own energy in order. And again, I feel this push on the side of that masculine to do that organizational work. There is that push into some type of positive action that is a byproduct of those realizations that this masculine has been having. So in the extended version of the reading, I will be channeling more about the masculine coming through here, how they're feeling tied up or stuck on you, divine feminine, in their heart, what they are really thinking and feeling at this time, as well as anything else they might want to communicate with you. I will also be channeling any other details or pieces of information that come through the extended reading. So if you are feeling guided to that reading on Patreon, the link to it is in the pinned comment and description box under the video. But for now, I am going to just read one final message from the Rumi Oracle, and this is from nothing to everything. Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. Rumi. Have you been shedding your skins, your layers, your certainties? Gone are fixed identities and definite opinions. Keep casting those shackles aside. Even if you fear you are releasing too much, and then perhaps you shall cease to exist. You shall only cease to exist as you have known yourself to be thus far. Another emanation of you awaits, blazing angel, something more beautiful and true. Yet here you are at the pruning stage, like a gardener for the soul. Shall the garden spring back to life, or will the enthusiastic denuding process be rather too much and unintentionally kill the garden altogether? Fear not, your soul is made of hardy stuff. It can handle a lot of culling and will shine even brighter for it. There is a greater story to be written upon your essence than the one you are currently dreaming up. Though you are brilliant, no doubt about it, my angel of love, there is one who is even more so. The imagination of this great writer is beyond our comprehension. The stories that pour forth from that cosmic poet in every moment are so rich they inspire the creation of art and music. One such story is especially created for you. Yes, you. Put your own tales aside, as dramatic as they may seem right now, and prepare to be entranced by the great storyteller, the living poet of love, as you are entranced in a tale of your unfolding divine destiny. That feels like a beautiful place to close this reading. If you do feel guided to the extended version of the reading on Patreon, I will leave a link to that reading under the video. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love today, wishing you a beautiful remainder of your week. Take care, and I will connect with you here again in Friday's collective reading.